If she does this, she may not be confused, she may just not be interested, and the hardest part is, she probably won't say it directly. She'll show it through distance, low effort, and the way her energy slowly disappears whenever you try to move closer. Because when someone is interested, there is usually some kind of opening. Maybe small, maybe subtle, but it's there. They make things easier, not harder. But when a girl is not interested, the pattern feels different. You keep trying to create momentum, and she keeps letting it fall. You keep looking for signs, but her actions keep giving you silence. And that's where most guys get stuck. They don't want to accept the pattern. So they focus on one nice reply while ignoring 10 signs of disinterest. But if you want clarity, don't study one moment. Number 1, she answers, but she doesn't invest. This is one of the clearest signs. She replies to your message, but there's no real energy behind it. She gives short answers. She doesn't ask much back. She doesn't add anything that moves the conversation forward. You ask, "How was your day?" She says, "Good." You ask something else. She answers again. But it feels like you're pulling the conversation uphill. And here's where it gets interesting. A reply is not the same as interest. Some people reply because they're polite. Some reply because they don't want to be rude. Some reply because it's easier than ignoring completely. But interest has movement. Interest adds. Interest asks. Interest gives you something to work with. If every conversation feels like you're carrying the whole weight alone, that's not mystery. That's low investment. And most people miss this because they think, at least, she replied. But a reply without energy is not a green light. It's just a response. Number 2, she never makes space for you in her schedule. Everyone gets busy. That's normal. But when someone is interested, they usually make some kind of space. Maybe not immediately, maybe not every day, but they try. When she's not interested, the pattern is different. She's always busy, always unavailable, always vague. And when plans don't happen, she doesn't offer another time. She says, "I can't today," but she doesn't say, "Maybe tomorrow." She says, "I'm busy this week," but she doesn't say, "Let's do next week." And this changes everything. Because interest doesn't always mean someone has unlimited time. But it does mean they create possibility. If she keeps closing the door without opening another one, that tells you something. A girl who wants to see you will usually help make it happen. A girl who doesn't will let the idea fade. Number 3, she keeps the conversation surface level. When someone is interested, they usually become curious about you. They may ask about your life, your thoughts, your plans, your personality, your experiences. But when she's not interested, the conversation stays flat. No deeper questions, no emotional curiosity, no real attempt to understand who you are. You talk, but it never goes anywhere. It feels like casual small talk that could happen with anyone. And here's the deeper truth. Interest creates curiosity. When a girl likes someone, she wants to know more. Not everything at once, but enough to feel closer. If she never asks anything personal, never follows up, never remembers the conversation, and never tries to learn more about you, then she may not be emotionally engaged. You might be hoping there's hidden attraction. But sometimes there's no hidden layer. Sometimes what you see is what it is. Her energy drops when you try to make it more personal. This sign is very important. Maybe the conversation is fine when it's casual. You joke, you talk about random things. Everything feels okay. She talks about other guys without caring how it affects you. This one depends on context. Some girls mention other guys casually, and it doesn't always mean disinterest. But if she repeatedly talks about someone she likes, dates, misses, or finds attractive, and she shows no awareness of your feelings, she may not see you romantically. She may see you as a friend, or just someone safe to talk to. And most guys ignore this because they think, maybe she's trying to make me jealous. Maybe. But don't build your whole hope on that. If she is openly placing other men in the romantic category while keeping you in the listener category, you need to pay attention. Because people often reveal how they see you by the role they give you. If your role is always emotional support while someone else gets her romantic attention, that's not a sign to try harder. That's a sign to step back. Number 10, you feel more anxious than excited around her. This is the sign people ignore the most. Not because of what she does, because of how the whole connection makes you feel. You're constantly guessing, constantly waiting, constantly checking your phone, constantly wondering if you said something wrong, constantly hoping the next reply will finally feel different. And here's the deeper truth. A healthy connection may make you nervous sometimes, but it shouldn't make you feel unwanted all the time. If every interaction leaves you confused, drained, insecure, or desperate for clarity, something is off. Maybe she's not interested. Maybe she's inconsistent. Maybe she likes attention, but not commitment. Whatever the reason, your nervous system is noticing something your mind keeps trying to explain away. And this changes everything because sometimes the answer is not hidden in her words. It's hidden in how you feel after dealing with her. Now here's the part that matters most. If a girl is not interested, it doesn't mean you're not valuable. It doesn't mean you're not attractive. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. It simply means the connection is not mutual. And that's okay. The mistake is not liking someone. The mistake is ignoring their lack of interest until you start losing respect for yourself. Because the longer you chase someone who keeps showing low effort, the more you train yourself to accept crumbs. And you deserve better than crumbs. You deserve someone whose energy meets yours. Someone who doesn't make you feel like a burden for wanting basic effort. Someone who doesn't leave you confused every time you try to get close. So if she answers without investing, never makes time, avoids deeper connection, pulls back when things get personal, forgets what matters to you, uses your attention when convenient, avoids being alone, doesn't react when you pull back, talks about other guys like you're just a listener, and leaves you feeling anxious more than excited, then maybe the answer is already clear. She may not say, "I'm not interested," but her behavior is speaking. And sometimes the strongest move you can make is not trying harder. It's stepping back with dignity. Because when someone wants to be closer to you, you won't have to keep dragging the connection forward alone.